We are live.
Just like that, we're getting the action started out here in the sunny, beautiful Huntington Beach, California. 94 teams from all over the world came out to join us today and competing for some serious glory at our first West Tour stop. Sean.
Yeah, we couldn't ask for a better day. We have, as you can see in front of us, maybe not just yet, but once the cameras switch, we have SubPar team against Santa's Helpers. And Santa's Helpers is actually a co-ed team that's making a deep run, so it's pretty exciting to watch. A lot of anticipation and hype coming into this game.
We are in the round of 8. This is the furthest co-ed team has made it so far. I mean, they're the only co-ed team in it. Jordy is a baller. She's probably faster than all of us put together anyways, but crazy serves will come out of Josh and Jacob from SubPar team. They play very unlike their name suggests.
Yes, they'll be here to prove us wrong. Jacob takes the first serve and bars it, so that'll be a quick 1-0 to Santa's Helpers, and Tyler's back to serve. He is known for serving very well, usually racks up the aces in a game. They're able to contend that one. Jordy gets a good set and puts it away, but not enough. Jacob doesn't find the net on that one.
That was a great set back. It was enough to work with that sends that one long. Good defense. I'm expecting a lot of good defense from these players.
And there you see it. An easy ace from Tyler. He's known for that. And we're already 3-0. This could be a quick one out of the gates.
Right, on cue with the aces. It's like he was listening to you. It's like SubPar was listening to me. I jinxed them on their end.
They're playing into their name right now.
3-0 start. They haven't had a lot of time to show for it. Games can flip-flop pretty quick, but I don't know if it'll happen against a team or a player like the Chiz. Got a fire serve there.
Yeah, great pace on that one. SubPar does a good job of keeping it. And they might have been out of camera, but Tyler had a touch. It just wasn't enough. Also, something noteworthy on that play, for the first time this season where we've allowed double touches, so if it's a quick body into an arm, that is now playable. In the past it wasn't, and it looked like that happened on that play, so fun to see the rally continue.
Like every other major sport, it is evolving. Spikeball, listening to the people,
hour by hour,
pleasing. The new rule, I have been a fan of the idea of that rule. It's cool to experience it. I actually had, before I got swiftly knocked out today, I experienced a couple of double touches like that. Good left hand.
Yeah, that was a good hit from Martinez. He faked with the right, went left. Jordy bit on that right and wasn't there.
Defense so hard.
2-4, SubPar team serving. Good set from Tyler. I almost thought Jordy would have stepped into that with her left hand. Maybe she's not as confident with it, but it was a pretty sweet diving effort.
The net throws you off when it's below your feet like that, for sure. We've all experienced it. The jump is, I think she knows she's on camera. She's also here to crowd please a little bit.
Yeah, it is worth saying too. I wonder how many of these, very few of these players have actually been streamed live to all of the Spikeball community. You wonder if the pressure's getting to them. I know Tyler as a national champion, has been through this before, but the pressure might be getting the SubPar team right off the bat.
Just looking for another ace, finding a pocket.
Was that his second pocket or first?
I believe that was the first pocket. We'll see where this ball ends up. That one's going back over to Chiz.
Considered a let, similar to tennis, and he gets one more go.
With the pump fake.
And finds rim.
Gotta serve hard. There's a lot of people that might not know the importance of serving hard. You can't even be mad if you hit the rim. Serving's actually become a really crucial part of the game and a great way to steal some points. Great play.
Yeah, you have to assume the other team's going to put away their first offensive touch on it. So if you're not going hard with the serve, you're kind of handing them the point.
Ooh, and they had a chance to play the defense. Those are the ones you hate to see.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back.
Yeah,
he's going to want that one back.
Since defense is so hard, and like Sean was saying, you expect to put away those points. Being able to get one on defense is very important. Great set by Jordy. Good hustle coming out from SubPar team and a whiff.
Amazing rally. Tyler had a sweet tweener there, but SubPar were able to keep it up. Just couldn't finish the point.
Good rally. I hope we see a lot of those, and with how quick these players are, how little and agile some of these players are.
Absolutely.
One team a little bit more than the other. I hope to see a lot of those hustle plays.
Yeah, we're sitting at 7-5 right now. Games of 21. series 2 out of 3. This is game 1.
Players bring their all. There were 7 or 8 games, depending on the pool that you're in. Pools of 8 or 9. You play everyone in your pool. We are down to the top 8. They've battled, and that's a great right hand. Thought it was going elsewhere.
That's an easy hit on too. Sometimes you just read the defense, and if they don't respect your hit right off the bat, then you put it away, and next time they'll be rotating.
I feel like you don't see that as much at the high level, so when you do, it's just to take advantage of a miscue by the defense.
Absolutely, keep them honest. Power's right over. You might see teams, and I don't want to speak too loud because it could give them a tip, but hitting over Tyler and Jordy might be the key. Because they're quick on their feet, they can cover a lot of ground, but if you hit high and long, you might just get it over the top.
Even if they get there, hitting from that far back is difficult. Getting it back to the net and getting it on and putting it away.
And it's tiring.
It's difficult and tiring, you're right. So, yeah, hitting over the vertically challenged team is probably the way to go here. I think Josh thinks that was an ace, so I'm curious to see. I knew that was going to happen.
So sometimes there are disputes on whether a serve is high or pockety, and by pocketed it just means if it's going left or right, getting a weird spot on the net. Right now it looks like they're having a dispute. How this typically works, if teams can't come to an agreement, they'll replay the point. And it looks like they're going to replay the point, so it remains 8-6.
Does that make it second serve?
It does.
Backhand flick. You never think he's going to get much power on the ball, and it just
enough.
It's always enough. With the chiz, it's always enough. He's done it for too long. He works those angles and
Tyler the Chizek.
The chiz.
Jordy seems to have lost her groove a little bit, missing the last couple serves.
Making up for it on defense.
Absolutely.
She's getting some great touches.
Yeah, they're keeping their 2-point lead, which is huge going down the stretch. Tyler opts to just put that on, and rightfully so.
As Jordy hits the fetal position, if that were to hit Jordy and interrupt the path of the ball, SubPar team would steal the point. It's no good in the game. You gotta the goal is to avoid your teammate and the other team, so you get the point.
That's a crazy serve by Tyler. I think they're gonna call pocket though.
We had a good view on that one. It hopped a little bit to the left.
Yeah. He rims it. So an easy point for SubPar. Takes them to 8-10. They need to get some breaks here if they want to not go into the late game and feeling too much pressure.
Oh, the drop shot. Tyler too quick. Smelled it out early, and a lot of this up-close defense coming out from SubPar that we don't see from Jordy and the Chiz, since they are very fast. But you a fan of the up-close defense against a team like Jordy and Chiz?
I am personally. I like up close D in general, and they just beat them big there. So that right there just comes out to a perfect set because
too many options.
SubPar could hit it this way, coming towards us, which is what Tyler and Jordy thought, but they had both options, so he just went the other way as soon as he read the D. That's a beautiful set, beautiful hit.
Great set. Able to play the mental games, and Jordy and Chiz had to guess, and they guessed very wrong.
Yep.
That's got to go. Set back to the net, slammed away.
Yeah, so as you see on that was actually a pocket of a serve. It went high, but Jordy has the choice to play that or not. They just have to decide before Tyler takes his touch. And they decided to play it and end up losing the point. Might want that one back.
And pocket on first serve. Those of you tuning in maybe haven't played in a tournament. This is the most fun atmosphere. The community is amazing. People like Jordy only started playing 7 months ago, and she's unbelievably good. It's a sport for anyone, and when you play for a little bit longer than 7 months, you start hitting the ball like that,
yeah.
like Tyler did, putting that one away.
He's done this before. Tyler actually won our 2017 national championship with his partner PJ as Chiswick Showalter, and a lot of eyes are on them this year to come out and see if they can do it again. One of the best players in the game right now.
And it has been a while. He busted his butt starting on the rookies. What a serve. And it's so deceiving as someone who faced that and got aced a couple of times earlier today. It doesn't look like it's coming in as fast as it does, and it stays left even though it flirts with that side of the net.
Yeah, so many of these players will take a side step out or their flango. He doesn't even really step out. He just gets enough torque on the ball to where it blasts off so far to the side you can't even get a hand on it. He's really solidified himself as a solid server.
SubPar has some serving skills of their own. I've been on the receiving end of those as well. We're just not seeing that so much today.
Yeah, they keep going for short, and it doesn't. It's not working the way they want it to work. It's popping up a little too high.
At all. I think it's one of those things where you got to get the confidence and just swing in. If they start making the plays, then they make the plays.
Yeah, let them make the mistakes.
All day long. It's what do I call it? Grandma ping pong. Grandma beats me ping pong. All she does is just put the returns in. Oh, Jordy gets there, able to correct herself. Splits the defense. Miscommunication.
That's some textbook Spikeball right there. Yeah, and we'll see probably coming into the late game of this is people mixing up their serves. They don't feel like what they've been doing is working. And really the only rules are you have to be 6 feet back and go as hard or soft as you want. So you always want to keep the opponents guessing. I'm guessing what Tyler and Jordy talk about after this game, whether they win it or not, is to just communicate a little more on D, because they're both biting the hits they shouldn't. They got to make SubPar think twice about where they're going to hit it.
Yeah, not to discredit SubPar. Those first passes are incredible.
So it's hard to defend. There's 360 degrees out here.
Yeah, that's why defense is a highly coveted way to jump back, come down 15-12 right now. You need a couple of those defensive touches, or a couple of aces. There's really those are the two main ways to get back into this game, or I guess a miscue from the other team. But at this level, we're going to see a lot less of those, and hopefully a lot more defense.
Absolutely. Catches the rim on that one. We are at 16-12. Tyler back to serve. And it's going over. Maybe some nerves getting to people. We've been seeing a lot of missed first serves.
A little bit. I hope SubPar didn't come into this underestimating Jordy and Chiz, because they're a co-ed team. They have proved to everyone all day that they belong here. I don't know if they dropped a pool play game. Maybe one.
No one's really been giving them much of a problem, so they might go pretty far into this tournament and make history with a co-ed team.
I hope.
No,
that's off the leg.
That was not really sure what happened there. It looked like it was clean off Jordy's leg. They're going to call the serve no good, though.
Must have hit the rim. Hard angle for us to tell, but it must have hit the front rim.
Either way, she used a knee pretty well to get that up.
She's moving. Taking off early to try to guess where that's going to go, and I think that you're right. They'll talk about defense and hopefully react a little bit more than guess.
Yeah, I mean, they've looked great. They're up 17-14 right now, but if they wanted to improve on anything, they can make this next couple games a blowout.
That is not a high serve on a lot of other people.
Yep, that is the one advantage of being on the shorter end.
Second serve, no good.
Another rim from Martinez. 18-14. Gives a little pump fake and then goes short with the flango. That is a dance move in some places.
I don't think when he took his step, he knew what he was going to do.
Making it up as he goes. That's a great serve.
Those are the serves that I was looking to expect out of SubPar team.
Ooh, they get a couple touches, but their momentum's going the wrong direction.
Getting there. Positive signs for SubPar. Getting to those balls. There's going to be those times where those get back up and you steal some points, and times like right there when you're just too close to your teammate, can't do anything about it. But the backhand, Jordy, not able to get there.
Yeah, one thing I will say, SubPar's doing a great job of reading the defense of Tyler and Jordy and hitting it where they're not.
Couple of points to make up still. 2 points is the comfortable lead. Communication on the serve strategy here, maybe defensive strategy.
That's a good serve.
That is the serve.
What do you know?
Needed.
And that takes us to 18-19. If SubPar can get up a defensive stand right here, they're back in this game.
And they need one. If they lose this point, they still have that two-point break. Really, really great timing on the PA. Right before SubPar serve.
Icing him.
he'll brush it off. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Nope. We can blame the Noron for that one. Ruining the rhythm.
Went for gold. Great first serve. Gives a good defense.
Coming right at us.
I wish I was in the game.
There, but just not quick enough. All right, this is a huge serve. 2019. What's he going to bring, Bryce? What are you calling?
He's going to stick to his guns. This is where you serve hard because you know you have to, but you'll just go to Jordy's left, right at her.
Ooh, now the pressure's on. Second serve. Can't pop it over again. He's checking to make sure he's 6 feet back.
Probably works on those serves. Knows his distances. Tries to hit the front of the net. Got to go low.
Hey, got it on. That's all you can ask for.
Oh, splits the D. They actually had an opportunity at that.
Jake was there, but he got the old Swiss cheese hands.
Great.
Slips right through.
Great first game.
So Santa's Helpers takes game 1, gets the W. Looks like both teams are going to go to their respective corners and talk about what they like and don't like. What do you think Tyler and Jordy are saying over there?
Well, I'll tell you what I liked is the movement coming out from our Santa's Helpers. Not Santa's Little Helpers, just Santa's Helpers song.
We'll have to confirm that.
They don't like that L word. Great to see a co-ed team mixing it up in the Elite 8. Taking game number 1, not out of the woods yet, as we saw. That was only a 2-point swing. I think that they're just gonna go talk, say let's stay calm and do it again. Yeah, they've already proved that they can win a game. So it's just getting out there and executing.
Yeah, and it's so nice having game 1 in the bag because you can go into game 2 with not feeling as stressed. Because you know SubPar, every point they lose, they're gonna be thinking about.
Yeah, they're playing for their life here.
It's single elimination brackets, do or die now.
Trying to take home that coveted pitcher.
Yes.
Everyone loves the pitcher.
Yes, first place team gets to walk home with a glass pitcher that's engraved with the logo of the event, a date, a little souvenir to take home and show your friends.
Spikeball icon Sean Hoyer, you probably you don't win anymore because you don't want any more pitchers, right?
I had too many. I had to get out of sport before I ran out of room.
Right.
We had quite the collection, though.
You could have just been sponsored by the glass company.
Yeah, straight to the manufacturer.
That's right. Just print whatever you want on there.
And it looks like they're lining back up.
40th pitcher. That's what I was waiting for. Jordy trying to get her first. SubPar also trying to get their first, I believe.
And Tyler comes right out of the gates pretty hot with a nice serve. I'm surprised SubPar didn't call a little rim on that, but we're moving on.
I did not. Well, they'll call that one.
Yeah, that was a for sure rim.
But I love that we're seeing the hard serves that those aces. I want to go back and look at the stats on how many aces each team had because that could have been the difference.
I would say last game it was for sure.
In that last game, those aces out of Chiz really making or breaking that 2-point differential. Going
Yeah.
21.
Well, when you win by 2 points, you get 3 aces. That's all you need. And you'll see there, one thing, when you play up close D, it gets in the other team's head. So like both Tyler and Jordy there got on their knees and they're ready for the hit. And although I think Josh could easily put that away, he was overthinking it.
He was overthinking it, but I think he hit Jordy, so it's going to be SubPar ball.
Oh, really?
SubPar ball, Jordy getting in the way.
So I guess that's the counter argument to playing up close D. Sometimes you give them the points you don't want to give. We're at 2-2.
2-2, Jordy back to serve. Big sidestep. Great first pass, and that I think that's what kept them in the game last time around. Don't get me wrong, I think they can put it away anyways, but that is their 3rd or 4th point we've seen on 2 off the serve.
Yes. 3-2, their first lead of the series. And we're back to tie. SubPar needs to stay ahead in this game because if they go under, I think they'll start quitting on themselves.
Mental game. Great first pass again. Unbelievable. And the serve was awesome too, but great return and great set. That was textbook Spikeball right there. Across the net, hit it the other way. Even if Chiz knows it's coming, he's got a long way to run.
Hit it where they're not. Jacob to serve. And he finds the rim. There's been quite a bit of that going on.
Yeah, SubPar. Once they start hitting that near net, they're flirting with the line right now. They'll start landing some of those and giving some difficult serves to Santa's Helpers, but putting that one away. A little bit more textbook. 5-4.
5-4 SubPar, and if they could get a break here, really get a little distance between them and Santa's Helpers. I think that'll just be the confidence they need.
Absolutely, and this is the serve they're looking for here. He steps away and puts it right in the middle.
Jordy has a cannon.
Really torques.
Yeah, she's got that great patience, waiting for the ball to drop and just whipping it off the net.
She's a great little serve. Returned well. Trying to go through him. I think he's going to call a hinder.
Yep, it looks like a hinder, and they're going to redo that point. Hinder is basically when the opponent gets in the way of your offensive play on the ball.
And he calls it and comes away with an ace. What a swing.
Just didn't even get close to that one.
Not going to do it twice in a row, but getting one ace is magical. Welcome to the booth.
Might have to do a little interview with the winners.
I think we're going to have to. SubPar trying to extend that one game. Big high pass from Jordy. Great spot, though, and a great open hand hit.
Yes.
Putting that around the defense.
She really opened her hips there, and it's almost like a bowling shot. You bring your hand, slide it on through. You're hoping that defense overcommits, and she did it perfectly there.
Good serve, too. Had some pace. They're going to have a chance to play some defense. Steal a point. Jordy can't get there. Oh, what a shot. That is one of the most incredible shots you can see. I think he hit that from below the net with so much spin that it actually made its way off.
We're going to need to get a slow-mo replay on that. I think Tyler almost hit that below the edge of the net, and it just came up and spun right off. Great diving effort from Jordy as well.
That is a low percentage play that really only people like the Chiz you're going to see on stream putting that away like nothing.
And huge too because it gets them the break.
And Jordy got way up there too. Really almost overcommit on the pass, but SubPar gets a point. Good first pass, textbook, but hits it right at the defense. SubPar doing the bowling shot. Chiz send it back up. Jordy flips over and puts it not quite away.
Good rally
by SubPar.
I think they're starting to find their groove. They're having a little fun out there. Both teams are getting some good defensive touches. We're at 8-8.
All in good spirits. The one thing I will say about this community is they're saying good job to the other team. This is the round of 8 people. This is where it starts getting to showtime. And almost making the diving stop is Josh.
A for effort.
A for effort.
Tyler serving 9-8. SubPar really has to make sure that they're not letting too many aces get by.
Trying to avoid the cramping. This is what you will see.
Oh man, if they're cramping in the round of 8, I'm worried for them.
This has been a very, very long day. We're only in the round of 8. It's been a lot of running in the sand. You use some muscles you don't think you use when you're on grass or concrete or wherever you're playing.
Yeah, I was talking to some teams, and the sand out here is definitely a little thick. So moving through it throughout the day, it'll weigh your muscles down.
Chugging along, the first big sanctioned tournament after the holidays and the Super Bowl, and people realizing that after this first tour stop, they're going to have to put a little bit more work into their physical game.
Yeah,
or start playing more up-close defense.
Too easy on the off-season. It's a rude awakening coming back to the first tourney of the year if you haven't been practicing.
I don't think it affects any of the people in this match on our featured court over here in Huntington Beach, California. If you guys are just joining us, beautiful weather for February. I know some of you from all over the country. Great defensive touch from SubPar. Just makes 4 stabs at it. None of them connecting with the ball.
Yeah, that was a beauty of a touch from Jacob. And Tyler just seemed like he had 3 different efforts on getting that ball up, but just couldn't find it any time.
Great job. That's what we're talking about. Getting those points, making the defensive stand and coming away with a point.
Yeah, so now they're coming in 10-10. They are serving.
Changing serving spots. Jake gearing up, thinking about what he's going to do here. Odds for a textbook serve. It's fire, but that first pass is great. Unfortunately, hits the rim, scoops it a little too far.
That was a close one. If you blinked at the right time, you might have thought that was a good hit, but she barely missed the net there.
Back to serve again. Stole another one on the serve. That's 2 in a row for SubPar. They've actually stolen a lead. Jordy jumping. Great play, high fives all around. Everyone can appreciate the athleticism that goes into those little touches.
Yeah, and that backhand from Tyler was so casual.
And you're moving so fast and throwing your body at it, but you have to have so much finesse when you touch the ball.
Yep.
She executed perfectly.
And likely you got to pop right back up and keep playing.
Skylar's got it, so don't worry.
As you can hear, we got some people out at the event watching.
These first passes are perfect, but able to play some defense. Didn't get that one away, and I think Santa's helpers trying to, they do need to communicate a little bit more. They're playing the same shots.
Yeah, one thing I will say, if we want to take a trip down memory lane, you remember those longer rallies where you're running out and get those 20 feet, 30 feet deep plays? That was huge back 3 years ago. If a team pulled that off, it was amazing. And now you just think like it's a regular occurrence.
Yeah, and
Tyler just nailing the coffin on that one.
Everyone getting amped up. Tyler's like, I don't know what you guys are yelling for. This is pretty easy to put away.
Yeah, he had all his face in the world to finish that one, but SubPar made him earn it, so credit to them.
He didn't even bend his knees.
So this is just in Wabi Sabi, which is Jarrett Rouse, and Preston Bides just moved to the round of the semifinals. And same with Ian Golombeski and Chris Hornacek, and their team name is Sloppy Seconds. So both teams moving on to semis, and we'll probably be covering their games later today after we finish up here.
High touch, great pass.
Beautiful
Good job
by
to
Jordy.
get it back on the net. Tyler's got to play D.
If only we were giving out points for style, she'd have it.
She'd have all of the points.
It looked good. Is it SubPar's up 15-12 now?
I believe so, yeah. They've stole a bunch of points on their serve. They had a run of 3 points.
That's huge.
And looking to get a couple more in a row here. This is definitely the confidence boost they needed, getting up 3 points. Trying to go for the big serve to hold on to it.
Finds the rim, but still, yeah, still being up 2 right now is great going into these late teens.
Being up 2 while the other team is serving is really like being up 3.
It's true.
Assuming that you're putting everything away.
If you're playing that bread and butter Spikeball.
The old Marge, bread and margarine.
16-13. We got Josh back to serve to Jordy.
And I love it. They're just laughing about this.
They're having fun out there, which is important.
Crucial. You win more when you're having fun. It's a fact. It's proven. There's a direct correlation there.
Jordy is so good at finding those gaps. Just looking wherever the defense is and slipping it through.
It's a big difference between a good and a great player. Is being able to read where the defense is and adjust your shot. Great set.
That looked a little rimmy, but
tweener from Jordy.
Yeah.
Not able to go. Good set though from Chiz on the ground about 20 feet out, but unfortunately not going to get the point. SubPar holding on to this 3-point lead, and they have the serve. Hard one to Chiz, taking a step back preemptively, and that backhand has so much power for such a flick.
Yeah, and you'll see what Jordy did there. She just did a really quick set on 2, so it went straight down to the net. Tyler's there, he's ready. SubPar couldn't even react to that.
There's nothing you can do about it. There's really nothing you can do about it. The ball doesn't have to travel a far distance, and he's able to put it away. But again,
and same there.
Again, both players looking for that harder hit. No one there for a drop, but the change of direction will get you 9 times out of 10.
And it looks like Santa's helpers are calling a timeout, so they're going to step off to the side, talk about it, because they're down 3. They're going into the last stretch of the game. They just want to touch base, see if they can figure it out on D.
Also having fun out there. They really just, I think they're trying to ice them, trying to get them to mess up a couple of serves, get a couple of free points. That's a good play, double touch, but that is a good rule now.
That's a huge body right there.
And the rules,
they're so fresh.
It just clicked with Jordy.
They're so new that Jordy almost thought that was illegal, but based on a revision of the rules, a quick double touch is now legal. It is 19-15, SubPar to serve.
I think she did actually slow up after she noticed that, but I don't know if it would have mattered that much. This is, oh, Jordy's trying to get there.
Hey, for Everett.
Doesn't lay out for it.
Yeah, it almost looks like Tyler's maybe giving up on this game. He's ready to go to next round. He's accepted it. They're down 5.
You want to work on something. You maybe get a serve back here and put one away. Remind the other team that you've got fireworks going into game 3.
Yep.
But that's how this one will end.
SubPar likes that. A 21-15 finish. Going into game 3, they got the momentum. It's going to be hard to bounce back from that.
I think Tyler and Jordy do a good job. They're good spirits. They were laughing. They took a timeout, and I think that's what Tyler probably said. Hey, let's finish this one out. We already know we can win a game. Let's go into game 3 fresh. and they'll be chugging some water and staying hydrated and getting into this marathon match, Game 3.
Yeah, and my experience with Game 3 is always back in the day was you always want to come out hard to start. You don't want to start under in Game 3 because it just feels like you're never getting out of that hole. And so whatever team can come out, get a few aces off the bat, maybe some defensive stands, they're going to feel a lot better going down the stretch.
Yeah, a lot less comeback stories
yeah.
happen in Game 3. It's usually a demoralizing victory, or we've had our fair share of the long ones.
El Clasico.
El Clasico.
Back in the day when Chicos and Handsome Beavers played, it was called El Clasico. We sure went at it quite a few times at quite a few tournaments.
I think we had at least 2 tournaments where 2 of our 3 games went to not just extra points, but far into extra points. Chicago comes to mind. That was like 29-27, 23-21, 41-39.
Yep.
Ventura was...
That was a good one. I actually was watching video from that the other day.
That one.
The
hand.
An iconic hit from Buddy. It was one of the first times a player got an up-close defensive, just swinging his hand in front of the ball and knocks it up, and people were amazed. And that's a normal occurrence now.
With how fast his hand was going, you would have thought it was going to go sky high, but it like died in his hand.
So soft.
Went straight to me. That's like the most pumped I've ever been. I get really... and if you want to see someone go from really pumped to really upset, you should clip to afterwards where we lose. Buddy throws his hat to the ground, and I think it's still imprinted in Ventura. Buddy's hat mark.
So hard smashing in the ground.
It was a turn of events. That was because that was a long one. It was getting dark, and that was like a 29-27.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that hand was to stay alive.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I would say it was a move that changed the game, changed the sport as a whole. You know, it showed people that up close defense can work.
It's viable. It's a viable option now. It's almost the only thing he can do.
Yeah, sometimes that's your only option, and
when
people do it pretty well.
People that we might see on the featured court later, like Hornacek, who hits the ball so hard.
Power.
You're not chasing anything down unless you leave before he hits it and hope that he doesn't notice.
Yep. And it looks like we're back. They're jumping right into it with Game 3.
Popping into Game 3. Coming at
ball
me.
coming right at Bryce. Quick hands. So he did get to touch the game ball.
I did touch the game ball. I'm going to carry that with me forever, especially if they do something that goes down in history here. Like a co-ed team making a run in the finals.
Oh yeah. And if you're just tuning in, we are at the first West Tour stop in Huntington, California. We're out on the beach, beautiful day. This is the round of 8. We have SubPar team in white. We have Santa's helpers in the black and greenish gray. And it's Game 3, so winner of this moves on to the next round. The loser will go home with a sense of pride, I hope.
Yeah, Jordy a little upset that she gave that one away, but shakes it off. SubPar misses the serve, and now we're in 1-1, 1-2-3 textbook. Tyler calling this one. Jordy sets in the net. The touch was up, but not able to get in. There's that up-close defense we were talking about. Almost gave them the shot they needed to stay in that rally.
Yeah, that was one of those bodies where you just think if he was maybe a little softer off the chest, then his teammate would have had a chance at it. Tyler says, "Not today," and gives him an ace.
And in awe is Jacob saying, "There's just nothing."
Yeah, throws his hands up. What do you expect
about that?
So it's 3-1 Tyler to serve. They got a quick lead off the bat.
Another good serve, returned well, and that one pops up, kind of the roller pocket, up and over.
And they're rotating every 5 points. The teams rotate just to account for whether it's sun in the eyes or a little bit of wind, trying to spread out all the factors involved.
Jake rearing up the serve, and it was a big one. Jordy got a hand on it and hit it really low, close on the uppercut by Jordy. Hits the rim, tried to give her best Chiz impression of last game.
Yep.
Not able to do it.
So much topspin on that last serve, just slid right off of Jordy's fingers. It's so subtle and catches you sometimes. Same with that. It looks like Martinez is doing a good job of using the topspin. Was that a tweener from him? An attempted tweener?
It's the most nonchalant fire tweener, but not able to get it there.
I think if he would have landed that might have made the top 10 plays of February.
Those are 2 points that they're going to want back, given 3 serves.
Well, Martinez can be mad. He had 2 great serves and got them to back in the game. It's 4-4 now.
Able to get a couple of aces. Trying to take out the opposition with the ball thrown right right at Jake. Jordy, I like that. Serve, jamming him. Jordy gets there on defense. Chiz, the set across the net. She's got to get moving. It doesn't lay out just a little bit too far or a little bit too low.
I think Tyler put her just maybe a few inches too far there. It wasn't, she made a good run back, but it wasn't a comfortable hit.
Another one you'd like back.
Finds the rim, but they still got break right now at 5-5 with Tyler serving.
Chiz trying to steal some serves. It's kind of all or nothing with him. It's
I think they'll call that one high, so they're gonna redo it. Say right now, I think this game is going to come down to how well Tyler can serve. If he gets a few aces, they'll win. But so far in this game, SubPar's been getting the aces.
That's the opposite of what they needed. I said before game one that they are a team to look for on serves. They didn't really prove us right until middle of last game, and right now they've already gotten a couple of points on serves. They're up 2 with this serve. Jake hits one high. Into second serve. No step.
That's another good serve. Martinez is grooving right now. As I would credit him for not aces, but very good serves that don't allow the other team to get a nice touchback on.
Better first pass out of Santa's helpers, and they have some time to react. Just splitting the defense again. Jordy, great open hand shots.
Yeah, she's good at that. Keeps it really low and not even too hard. You don't want it to be too hard because then it'll come off high and the defense is a play. So just slid right under, hit the ground before they can even touch it.
She's having fun making the most of this 8 run. They know they had a miscue on defense. Great job.
Yeah, Tyler is just running, but he's running the wrong way. And so, you know, it's making the defense switch up their plan, but they're still getting the point.
Yeah, I know that I did that when I didn't know what was going on defense.
Oh, a little taste of his own medicine on that one.
That's the serve.
I think you picked that one right out of Tyler's book.
Great serve from Josh.
We're at 10-6. This game is blowing out right now. High serve on Jordy. They're going to play that up. Second serve.
Feeling the shoulder. You take 100 serve, well, at least 100 serves going into, you know, 4 p.m.
Yeah, it'll wear you down.
It'll definitely wear you down. You're hitting air. I mean, that thing doesn't weigh very much. And a great touch off the knee, but doesn't get it up.
Yeah, it's a smooth lefty from Jordy. It's easier than it, or harder than it looks.
You say it's easier than it looks.
Yeah.
You're really good at that.
Slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Tyler finds rim, and if he doesn't turn his serve on here real soon, this could be a blowout.
If they don't start returning some serves, it could be a blowout. They're giving up.
It's up, coming right at the camera. Can you get him a good set? Close.
Not going to. Way to track it down. But
yeah. Back in our heyday, I do remember those being rather tough when you're just running onto it. You're looking up. You got to make sure you're not running into anything in front of you.
And it's scary. I mean, they got the production. They're running right at us. They're hearing people talking. Both of them moving, but great first pass. There's almost nothing you can do about that. Well put away by Jake.
It seems like SubPar has their number right now because they're getting a lot of these offensive plays where defense isn't even in the right place.
I think one of the biggest differences so far is the serves that have been on the net. It's been poor first touches from Santa's helpers. I credit SubPar for those big serves. Rule number 1, Tyler, don't jump. But that one far, if he would have had to track it down, it would have been a serious trek nonetheless.
Yeah, we say don't jump because either you kind of want to do one of two things. You want to come up and play up close to you so you have that chance to hit it before it goes too high, or you just want to turn around and start running. But if you jump, you're caught in no man's land. So I don't know who called the timeout here. I'm guessing it was Santa's helpers. They want to just stop the momentum that SubPar has found, talk it out, see what they can do better.
Holding on to a 4-point lead. SubPar just needs to play textbook spike ball, and they'll be on their way to a semifinal.
Looks like Skylar's even stepped out, and he's given a little coaching to SubPar. And we're back.
Coach Skylar giving him
his 2 cents.
Giving him some pointers. If I'm Skylar, I'm saying keep playing your game.
Yep.
Just
play.
Great. Keep serving hard. And
textbook Spikeball. Nothing fancy.
Yep. From here on out, it's you did all the hard work. You got the lead. Now it's just holding on to it.
Yep. And you don't want to get too comfortable or complacent, because all it takes is a couple breaks. They're back in it. They're feeling better. Going into the second serve.
Took a little off it, making sure he gets it on the net. Give him a chance at defense and throws the hand at it. But since they're both on that side, that rock of a hand sent the ball the other way. Not able to do it. Jordy trying to get some points back. Flango serve. High first pass, and
that's rough.
You hate to see that.
So Josh hit it, and it was for sure going to be their point. And Tyler was nowhere near it, but happened to hit his teammate, and that is considered no good. So that will be a point for Jordy and Tyler.
One of those things you used to just give away. You know, hey, I'm not there. They're down a couple of points.
Yeah, they'll take that all day.
They're going to find a way to take that all day long.
We're still 14-11 though. It's they got a break, but they need to keep digging out of this hole. Josh back to serve. Nice up to Tyler, and he finds space with a low, hard lefty.
Able to curl that around. Yeah, someone in the crowd said it. That is a rare lefty. He works that backhand, but uses his left, gets around it, and avoids the defense. So doing a great job. Misses that serve. Can't be seeing a lot of those from them right now. They need to find a couple ways to get some points on their serves here.
That is one problem with having such a serve-dependent game, and I'm not saying Tyler is only serve style because he's great at everything, but when you're not serving well, it can really just bring your whole day down.
Need to play some defense.
16-12. Jake serve.
Needs to keep putting them on the net. They don't need to even force. They can afford to give up some of these points. Gets one up, but they're both on the same side of things.
All right, we just got told me to speak a little louder over the wind, so we'll try and do that. We're getting a little breeze from the left, so we'll do our best.
Hold on to a big pocket from Jordy. She's going to get another shot at this. Got to get these serves on, give themselves a chance, at least give SubPar a chance to mess up.
Yeah, we're coming at 17-13 now. If anything's going to change this game, it needs to happen now. Great serve, but Jordy gets a nice touch. And she throws her arm out, goes back on, but SubPar gets a little luck as well, and their hit that probably shouldn't have went off barely escapes the rim.
If you could do it every time, you would.
Yep.
That is as deceiving as it gets, taking a swing.
And Jordy was there to put it up, but I don't even think she thought I was getting off.
Barely cleared the net. There is no double touch. If it double touches, it would have been point Santa's helpers, but it just clears the rim. That serve just a little bit too high. Looking for a ball to get back into this second serve.
18-13.
Arm sleeve. Josh gets on the net. It is high. Free point for Santa's helpers. And
yep, 2 highs in a row.
This is make or break time right here. This is where.
Let's see if the national champion can show us what he's made of here.
This could be the last time he gets to touch the ball. Gotta get there. He lays out.
Great bid. Looks like he was just a half step short, but that would have been awesome if he could have put that up and had a play on it.
That was the last time the Chiz will serve, unless they are able to make a run on Jordy's serve once they get it back.
Nice return from Jordy, and she just got that bowling shot down. She was almost between the legs, just pushed through, and nice topspin.
Knows where the defense is and takes advantage of the space that she's given. And can't do it without a good pass, but that will be it.
And SubPar is moving on. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not game. We're at 20-15. But it's looking that way. Well, they still got to close out, though. Yeah, I'll eat my words.
Commentator's curse.
Commentator's curse. I would be rather impressed. We're at 2016 now. We would need to see 4 breaks to get back in this. Tyler is serving
just
though.
Gets the serve back one time. I spoke too soon.
See what he's made of.
Bad math. But he'll need to be on his A game. That's close. That pops up a little bit. I'm anxious to see what they call that. Chiz wants it.
He wanted it.
I think he knows deep down that that one popped up a little bit.
Yeah, he was fishing a little bit there, but it was a good serve. It was just a little high.
Serve for his life on second serve. This is going to be an all or nothing serve. And
That is
all.
Now do that 3 more times.
Gets all of it. That serve was either going to be no good or an ace, and we knew it all along.
Well, it looks like SubPar might be calling a pocket on that, or they might let it slide. So they're debating the trajectory of the ball right now, whether it came off straight, and it looks like they're just going to give it to him and move on. We're 17-20, Tyler to serve. He's got a big task ahead of him.
That's not going to do it too heavy.
And it looks like that was rimmed, so
he knows.
This game is done.
Great job.
Hard fought.
Our only remaining co-ed team, Santa's Helpers, knocked out in the round of 8. And moving on to the semis is SubPar. Jake and Josh. Not Drake, Jake. Jacob and Josh.
Yeah, and Tyler and Jordy got to be proud of themselves. They had a great performance today. And they're both actually Spikeball elite. Jordy's on the women's side and Tyler on the men's, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of them this season. Absolutely. And do we know what game we have coming up next, Mike? So we're probably going to be hopping right into another game here. Awesome. And this will be semis or round of 8? Cool. So yeah, we'll be popping right into the semis. Do we want to, we're going to take a break here. We'll be back in probably 5-10 minutes streaming the semis and hopefully finishing up before the sun gets too low.
Enjoy the advertisements that are all over your Facebook.
And now to commercials.